Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rock and Roll Spot coming at you with the weekly TV roundup, or weekly TV roundup. That's a black one fast. And with the weekly comic book live stream, to be a short one. First off, I want to apologize for the fact that this did not go up last night. I had Dr. Food this morning, so I had to go to bed early. Just couldn't get around to getting this done. Again, I apologize. There's a distinct possibility that once a year that might happen. So anyways, let's get started, shall we? Kick things off with the X-Men Red Annual #1. Now, I'm just saying, X-Men Red is 4 issues in, and we're already getting an annual? Come on, Marvel. You know, wait till it. Give a book a year before you put a frickin' annual out, all right? Anyway, so what happens? This annual really just it covers what happened between the end of Phoenix Resurrection and the beginning of X-Men Red. A lot of the book is, in fact, dedicated to Jean connecting with X-23. She reconnects, obviously, with the X-Men. You know, Beast, Kitty, Kurt, Rachel. But she spent a lot of time, connecting with Wolverine, the new Wolverine, I should say. She also meets Laura's sister, Honey Badger, who is completely and totally starstruck by the fact that Jean Grey is in her home. And to be fair, I get it. You know, I mean, Jean Grey is one of the OG X-Men. You know, when you're an ex-affiliate, even when you're just an ex-affiliate, having one of the original 5 just show up is kind of, you know, potentially speaking, can be a big deal. But it really shows how the core of the team we saw, the beginnings of the team came to be as the X-Men Red. Another portion, after connecting with X-23 and reconnecting with people, Jean goes to talk to Black Bolt, who it could be said is responsible for Cyclops' death. And they hash it out. And it was not the best of timing. Each one apologizes, and then Jean goes and says a few words to Scott's grave. And then after Rachel and Kitty have a brief chat, Cassandra Nova gets into Rachel's head. This is totally not going to be set the stage for anything in the future. Not at all. No, I'm not going to lie. There are some things I'm disappointed about. I guess, one, there's still the dangling last issue of the Jean Grey series, where Jean Grey, the young Jean Grey, walks into our room or comes out of our room, and oh, the older Jean Grey's there to talk to her. they showed Gambit on the cover. It's nowhere to be found in the issue at all. Let me make sure. No, I see Rogue. Nope, no Gambit. The Old Man Logan and Adult Jean meeting scene is interesting. I've so far read down the first meetings of Old Man Logan and 2 variations of Jean Grey, and they're interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I feel like the X-Men Red Annual, what it was trying to start up, could have been done better. But oh well. I think they rushed it. Moving on to X-Men Blue number 28. Cry Havoc Part 6. The issue begins with an unknown time and location, and Magneto appears injured, drops a tablet, and someone says to him, Magneto, after all your messages, all your requests for our aid, it's about time you came knocking. Magneto looks and says, time, my friends, you have no idea. You don't see who he's talking to. Just anyway, in the present, at Emma Frost, Alex Summers, Miss Sinister's, and Bastion's base, the X-Men are prisoners. Well, Magneto's X-Men. That meaning Daken, Polaris, I always forget her name, Gazing Nightshade, Zorn, as well as Bloodstorm and Jimmy Howlett, or Jimmy Hudson. Basically, no one can do a damn thing, while Miss Sinister is torturing Jimmy. And of course, you know, if he weren't so resistant to her charms, she might shut down nerve endings and make him a bit more comfortable. But it basically explains that Mother Vine is built off of the ultimate version of the X gene from Marvel's Ultimate Universe, in which mutants were manufactured initially, as opposed to just having evolved. In fact, if I remember correctly, the first mutant in the Ultimate Universe was Wolverine during experiments during World War II. And technically, Nick Fury had a little bit of X gene has some X gene related stuff. The Super Soldier Serum was based off of what made Wolverine, so on and so forth. But yeah, so Miss Sinister is, explains that Mother Vine was created on Ultimate Earth to make mutants, to weaponize them. And it was kind of like, hey, okay, so that's what the humans on that Earth did. We're better than that. And this is just like, screw that. we're at war, and my lab is all weapons development. And as she puts it, she adores the bleeding edge genetic weapons other realities afford. Taking Bloodstorm, for example. One, she's she's Storm from another universe. And two, she's also a vampire. And the sister says we're going to have such fun learning about one another. Well, basically, Emma has had enough of this bullshit and takes control of 3 of her marauders. Mach 2, Armor, and I'm not sure who the other one is. They quickly attack Miss Sinister, who says, it's all well and good that, okay, so you're in their minds. I'm in their DNA. And so she just, snaps her fingers and kills him. Not realizing that was kind of the plan. And Jimmy's loose. He attacks the Sinister. And Dakin and Polaris realize that, hey, they've got their powers handy. They free Zorn. They get rid of the door just in time for run into Emma, Jimmy, and Bloodstorm. Emma kind of saying that, if they had just been patient, she could have let them out. Players gives this big speech, Emma decided Mother Vine is a bad idea, and she's betrayed her allies, and she thinks that this makes them square. And Emma kind of says, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Bloodstorm kind of steps in with, hey, she helped us get out. Zorn kind of just says, I got my own reasons to distrust her, but she's offered us aid in our time of need. So, let's work together. And Dakin admits maybe there actually is a family resemblance between him and Jimmy. Meanwhile, Mexico City, of course, everything's going nuts. More mutants popping up. Then Magneto appears. Various orbs start popping up, and a lot of those mutants depower. Turns out he's hanging out. He's with Elixir and Exodus. Exodus being their wheelman, and Elixir being responsible for stopping Mother Vine. But not all that are affected by Mother Vine are unnatural mutants. And so, anyways, Bastion and Havoc fight the X-Men and Emma. Zorn basically lets loose the singularity that's in place in his head, and absorbs Bastion into it, sacrificing himself in the process, sadly. Havoc damages Havoc, and Emma puts him back the way he was before the events of Axis. And then Elixir comes along, gets rid of Mother Vine, and also heals the scarring on Havoc's face. Meanwhile, Magneto is somewhere working on building a machine, and various people begin a conversation with him. They say, hey, look, it's Emma speaking through them, kind of saying, "Hey, look, I helped stop Mother Vine. I'm hoping maybe we can come to an understanding. Put all this other just behind us." And so Magneto basically informs her that Emma put him in a position of harming mutants who are in his care, killing them. In fact, there will be no peace between the two of them, and he is coming for her. We get a little taste of things to come. Looks like we've got Bloodstorm and the temporarily displaced original five against presumably Wolverine, Jimmy Hudson. A lot of discarded Hellfire Club face masks of the security guards, and Emma sitting on presumably Emma, all in white, blonde hair, sitting on a rather ornate chair. Looks like Emma's going to try and make a play for the Hellfire Club. Then we've got future versions of Cyclops, Angel, Beast, and Jean. And the final things to come is a shot of Magneto saying, "To me, my brotherhood." That actually sounds really cool. I'm not even gonna lie, that sounds cool. So that's X-Men Blue number 28, bringing the Mother Vine Cry Havoc story to a close. I dug it. I liked the fact of it's expository dialogue going, everything about how mutants came to be in the Ultimate Universe, but it is appreciative and it has its place. And let's be honest, not everyone knows as much about genetics as the Essex law. The various people with the name Sinister attached in their make-believe names. Anyways, moving on to Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows number 19. So we start off with Peter doing some photos, and Annie walks by with a bowl of popcorn. And they talk a bit about the vacation that Peter and Mary Jane took once upon a time. And Peter kind of tells Parker's and vacations don't seem to pair very well. Anyways, so 8 years previously, there are Peter Parker, Mary Jane Watson Parker leaving to go on a cruise. Apparently, they have the cheapest cabin somehow. They crammed a bed into it even. And Logan is watching Annie, and the Sentinel has attacked, and we see Jean, Logan, Nightcrawler, and Annie fighting said Sentinel. Anyways, we get a lot of them enjoying their time on the cruise, and also dealing with snooty douche nozzles, especially ones that are of the same opinion of superheroes as Jonah Jameson. Masked menaces the lot of them. Anywho, while Peter's venting, something rocks the boat. And it turns out that both Peter and MJ brought their super suits because, hey, sometimes duty calls when you're on vacation. This time, duty being Giganto. And so Spidey and Spinneret save various cruise passengers, deal with Giganto, and then have to deal with Namor because, well, Namor. Captain and Namor argue a bit, and then, well, Namor seems to be a bit charmer, opposed to a lady of the sea. Return to the mainland, and Peter and MJ, after MJ just lets loose on the rich couple they were speaking with, they decided to take a drive down to Mexico for a bit. So that's a nice little one-shot issue. It appears that a certain looks like we'll be getting Mr. Sinister in the next issue. That should be fun. Sorry, I love Mr. Sinister. He's one of my favorite X-Men villains, and I think he's been criminally overused of late, or underused of late, I should say. I hope I said that initially, but yeah. Anyways, finally we got Spider-Gwen number 32. So it starts off with MJ getting a text about the band. But before we find out what that text is about, Matthew Murdock is having a conversation with the upper echelons of the Hand. They are not happy with him. And so, find out what the text was about, though. Gwen Stacy, the Flakies member of the Mary Janes, actually called up band practice. And it seems like the venom's kind of spreading a little bit. When she hugs the band members, it kind of spreads onto them too. She's to talk with them, and they decide that they're going to do some recording. Cut back to Murdoch, who's wading his way through hand ninjas and getting stabbed himself. And then Spider-Gwen shows up. And they fight a bit. Partially on account of the fact that he's got her web watch. But Spider-Woman has a plan. And she explains that, he was actually the one that informed her of this Venom suit's vulnerability to sound. Maybe because, and it seems like he was more telling Spider-Woman just what she would need to take him down. And so she does just that. takes the web wash from him. And then Spider-Woman decides this will not end in blood. Though Murdoch explains that the hand is coming. And that he won't let them get him. He won't let them get to him. But she explains that Murdoch has picked his partners, and so he needs to enjoy the dance. And then Jean DeWolf and Gwen and Stacy have a chat. Jean was pretty sure for a good long while. In fact, Jean had her in the office pool for who was Spider-Woman. They have a couple of corn dogs, and then Jean places Gwen under arrest. Next month will be the trial of Spider-Woman. This is cool. Don't get me, Spider-Gwen's cool and all. I like it. I'm glad that they're keeping it going. But I mean, Miles stuck it out. Why can't Spider-Gwen? Why can't? Admittedly, yeah, you had basically have her, and we've already. Jessica, Drew Carpenter. Okay, so there's a handful. There's kind of a legion of Spider-Women. So, okay, I can kind of see why maybe it might not be the best idea to have her, come to the regular universe. But, hey, a guy can hope, right? Anyway, so that's it for this week. I will, Wednesday night, we'll be doing the live stream again, back to normal. We got some stuff coming up in the next few days, including a return of a segment I haven't done in quite some time, as well as rather interesting comic-related video. But anyway, that's all I got for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on social media. Links to Facebook, Twitter, and Patreon are in the description box down below. This is the Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying live long and rock hard.